are Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. We are Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. To put to work efficiency, humility, integrity in service delivery. With fresh zeal, bringing credibility into concept of security. We are Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. We are Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. Information networking through modern technology and training strategies. Developing instructors 24 hours of it.
Good day wherever you're watching. This is where you get the latest information about things going on at the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. I am Babawali Afolabi, Chief Lieutenant of Corps. During the course of the week, we have so many activities and we're bringing one to you right away. The House of Representatives member and chairman of the Special Ad hoc Committee on Oil Theft, Honorable Ado Dogowa OON, have commended the Commandant General of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Dr. Hamid Abubakar Haudi MNI OFR, for providing veritable leadership to the Corps, noting that under Audi-led administration, there had been innumerable achievements in combating oil theft through arrest of suspects for illegal oil dealings, pipeline vandalization, destruction of illegal local refineries, among others. Representing the committee chairman was his deputy, Honorable Sefi Oluseun Regan, who said the commitment of the Commandant General in delivering on the Corps mandate in spite of his enormous task is worthy of note. He further hinted that crude oil theft has obviously become a worrisome challenge, hence all stakeholders must work assiduously to eradicate the menace which has negatively affected the nation's economy. Speaking at the NSCDC National Headquarters during a courtesy visit alongside 8 other members of the committee, the Honorable House of Representatives affirmed that the Nigeria's National Security Strategy Documents 2019 assigned the responsibility of protecting critical national assets to the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. And as such, the Corps, as the lead agency in this regard, must design technological approach to safeguard the Sinai with the support of all critical stakeholders. While assuring the Commandant General of the lawmakers' support in fulfillment of the NSCDC mandate, he charged the Corps to develop a comprehensive review of a sector, audit, and evaluation of a risk assessment, urging that the NSCDC must continue to collaborate with the security agencies and reputable stakeholders to sustain critical national assets and infrastructure protection and designate roles and responsibilities to all stakeholders. Let's watch and see. I'll be right back.
I'm a deputy chairman to this committee, and I stand in for the chairman of this committee. I appreciate you, and thank you for receiving the warm welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As you know, this committee was set up some few months ago at the beginning of this 10th National 10th Assembly by the Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, and chaired by the Right Honorable Ado Dogowa. And we have members from relevant committees, chairmen and deputies of relevant committee to be part of this special committee to tackle the menace faced by this country, especially when it comes to the issue of crude oil theft. As we know that our country reliance on crude is huge. and the current administration is dependent so much and so much rely on these are national treasure that we believe that we can in our own way contribute our own quota to see how we can develop this sector and see how we can put an end to these menace faced by this country. And I will just go through to the little speech I have here. You may recall on the 28th of June 2023, an act to give statutory backing to the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) passed by National Assembly was signed into law by President Olusegun Obasanjo. The act was amended in 2007 to enhance the statutory duty of COP, further underscoring the premium placed by the National Assembly on the relevance and strategic importance of the COP to nation building. Part of the mandate of the COP is to protect critical national infrastructure, which includes oil pipelines and other oil and gas assets. Additionally, the National Security and Civil Defense Corps was mandated not only to recommend the registration of private guards to the Minister of Interior, but to also inspect the premises of private guards companies, their training facilities and appliances designed for their use, supervise and monitor activities of all private guards command and keep a register for that purpose, maintain 24-hour surveillance over infrastructures, sites and projects for the federal, state and local government. This core responsibility and protecting critical national security assets and infrastructure, CNAI, among others, are so germane to solving the devastating menace of crude oil theft currently ravaging our country. May I also emphasize that the protection of the critical assets and infrastructure is very vital to the continued existence of every nation globally. To that effect, the Nigerian National Security Strategy 2019 captured and emphasized the urgent need for safeguarding these assets. It was clearly stated in National Security Strategy document that the key objectives of identifying, classifying, and prioritizing critical national assets and infrastructure are to determine appropriate level of protection required for each critical national asset or groups of CNAI, enhance the resilience of CNAI to hazards, and minimize the effects of attacks or disaster on our national assets and infrastructure. The document further highlighted that the lead agency statutorily responsible for protecting all critical national assets and infrastructure is the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. This therefore means that a lot is expected from this corps. I commend the Commander General and the officers and men of the corps for your outstanding commitment in delivering on your several mandates despite the enormous challenges confronting our nation. However, the reality of what the country is facing today demands more from all of us. The Special Committee on Oil Theft have the mandate of the House to work with you to address the challenges faced by this country. Ladies and gentlemen, it is on record that the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL, Alhaji Mele Kyari, was recently reported to have lamented that the over 5,000 kilometers of oil pipelines are not working due to pipeline vandalism. Likewise, the Presidential Special Investigative Panel on Oil Theft and Losses in Nigeria stated in their reports that crude oil theft and related pipeline sabotage have forced some companies to shut down production and or sell off their assets. Shell, Chevron, Mobil, and other IOCs are divesting their land and shallow water assets mainly because they no longer see growth potentials in them. It is also the same for marginal field operators. They all cite the significant difference between what they produce at the wellheads and output at the terminals as an operation challenge that occasions yield losses of their investment. All this underscores the need to conduct a comprehensive review, audit the risk assessment to ensure the protection of the pipelines and other critical assets. As the lead agency, the Civil Defense Corps should, as a matter of priority, in collaboration with other stakeholders, develop a CNAI protection response that designates role and responsibility for all stakeholders. At this junction, may I appeal to the saboteurs, the enemies of our country, to have a rethink and desist from their evil onslaught on the economic live wire of this nation. This is the only country we can still call our own, and we all must join hands to build this great country. Thank you once again, Commandant General, for welcoming us warmly. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
You're welcome back. The Commandant General responds by appreciating the visit of the committee, which he described as a fact-finding mission to affirm the true state of the call. Dr. Audi relayed that the NSCDC has been making extraordinary impact in the discharge of the statutory mandate in the protection of critical national assets and infrastructure with the support of the military and other stakeholders. He said that the National Security Document 2019, page 28, explained that the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has the mandatory power to arrest, investigate, and to prosecute suspects for their involvement in oil theft. The Commandant General noted, while carrying out the anti-vandalism war across the nation, over 600 suspects have been arrested, while over 200 of them have been prosecuted according to the extant laws in the last 2 years. Let's take a view of his response. I'll be right back.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Mr. Chair, distinguished members of this committee, my colleagues that have been helping me, the chair, to actually conduct the affairs of the service. Secondly, sir, let me very warmly and respectfully welcome you to the national headquarters of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense. Sir, you have rightly pointed out, quoting some documents, the national security document that was passed. You go to page 28 of it, very clearly stated that Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps is the lead agency in the area of protection of critical national assets and infrastructure. Now, what that one means is that the Corps is empowered to protect critical national assets. An example of it is the pipelines. And we all know that till today, the mainstay of the Nigerian economy is still oil. And it is this pipeline that carries this oil. And it is our duty to protect it. We have been assisted by other services, including the military. Sometimes conflict in terms of road, like for example, let me state it as that so far under the period under review, because I'm just by 1st of March, I'm going to be 3 years, as so appointed. And so far, we have arrested over 600 vandals, arrested over 600 and prosecuted close to 200, about 100 and something. prosecuted, jailed. In fact, sir, we arrested somebody who realized that punctured a valve from the transnational pipe where the shell supervises. Punctured the pipe, dug a hole from the river to a house close to the river, and was draining crude oil. Every day he takes 7 trailers.
What?
And he did it for 2 years, 8 months. Yes. Arrested and jailed. So this is really the magnitude of the quantum of the loss that this country is passing through. Aside from the number of arrests of tankers, vessel, the recent one is this MT Kali. MT Kali was arrested by us. Together with, it was a joint operation together with Tantita. And today, the vessel is being prosecuted. And I know that they are going to forfeit it to the government. But sir, what is more disturbing is that this trend of offshoot of illegal refineries is very disturbing. You destroy an illegal refinery today, tomorrow you see it's reincarnate. But I like to state, I want to tell this committee that the Corps has developed both kinetic and non-kinetic strategy to deal with this quagmire, this resurrection of illegal refineries. And we don't want to, because we're on camera, we don't want to really mention, our strategy. But it is very disturbing, sir. And that I like to assure you, sir, that the Corps is poised to work very assiduously to solve and bring to a standstill this problem of oil theft. But I like to also tell you that oil theft regime in Nigeria is a cartel. It's a cartel. That one is a known fact. And this cartel has been dealing with this country over years. And there are a lot of dimensions into it. The oil theft cartel, it presents a semblance of a triangular formation, where on the other side, you find actually the security agencies. On the other side, you find the communities. And the other side, you find the oil companies themselves. Now, the one that happens in the creek is just at the kindergarten level, so to say. The one that is more intense is the one that happens in the high sea, where you have the IOCs that are involved, So, and that is why the real cartelling is. Now, the Corps is having some challenges in terms of going to the high sea, because we don't have the required funds to purchase the required equipment that is needed. For example, there is a gunboat called ballistic super water resistant boat that if no matter the wave of the boat, the water, it cannot capsize. It can enter the wave and come out. That one can go to the high sea. The Corps as today, we don't have it. So gunboat. There are about 5 different gunboats. And so that one, we need that boat. We need that type of boat so that we go to the high sea. If we explain to you what we went through to arrest MT Kali vessel just last month, we had to disguise for 2.5 months as fishermen to source for that information, and have been monitoring that vessel for 7 weeks before we got it arrested. Recently, Mumbai, sir. You see, because we are just babies, we are coming up, they say, who are you? They have not reached there, just go gradually. But otherwise, we know where the problem is. Let me give you another instance. Apart from the oil theft. The theft, what we have seen now, the oil theft, some people, the cartel has been divided into two, because I've realized that government have put so much emphasis on the oil theft. They have shifted to another critical asset vandalization called the road transport vandalization, the railway. Just last week, we arrested 5 trailers loaded with vandalized railway sleepers. Each of that sleepers, 75,000. And we arrested 5 trailers loaded with it. When we calculated it, it was around when we called the managers of the railway corporation, when they gave us the worth, it was about 1.7 billion. So you can see the level of Nigerians are so funny. So I don't want to bore you with a lot of English.
So there is need to put things in place here. And I know with the help that you are going to give to this committee, we will be able to make appropriate recommendation that will strengthen the operations of this great corps. I won't take so much of your time, but I will also have another request. We will appreciate if you have 1 or 2 of your senior officers who will work closely with our committee. In matter of weeks, we will have to be engaging you probably every week, and we will need your officers to be part of this team. So, okay. So I appreciate if you give us 1 or 2. So if we have anything we need from you, even if we know you're a busy man, so even when we can't reach you, we'll be able to reach 1 or 2 of your senior officers. Having said that, my CG, and with the absence of any further contribution from honorable colleagues, who like to call it a day, and also appreciate your senior staffs for welcoming us, for receiving us, and the secretariats and all other staff that is present here in this hall. The president is so much dependent and it relies so much on these resources to make things available for the Nigerian populace, to give us good road, to give us everything that we are clamoring for. These funds will have to come from somewhere. And as it stands today, crude is what we majorly rely on, and we have to protect it jealously. And that you have been doing, and we want to encourage you to keep doing that, to keep doing more. More is needed from you. And with the help of God, I know we're going to achieve a whole lot. Thank you very much, our CG. And thank you to our senior officers stays here and our colleagues. I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
We are Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. We are Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. To put to work efficiency, humility, integrity in service delivery. With fresh zeal, bringing credibility into concept of security. We are Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. We are Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. Information networking through modern technology and training strategies. Developing instructors, 24-hour surveillance to secure lives and property. We are Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. We are Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC.
You're welcome back. That's what we have for you for now. Remember, this is Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps. Security is a collective responsibility. And when you see something, please say something.
Projects for the federal, state, and local governments, suppressing every criminal activity, civil disorder, vandalization of critical national assets and infrastructure. The NSCDC assists in maintenance of peace and order and in the protection and rescue of the civil population. We are Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSC.